Oh, that was a big bite. Good morning. We made it to episode 100. 100 days in a row going live. Feels very good. I am proud of myself. Yo, Bottle of Fire, let's go. Yes, sir. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, I started this March 7th. So today is June 15th. So that was 100 days ago. I'm calling this, I called this It Feels Like Cheating because I want to talk about doing what comes naturally. But I also think just as I go live, it's like, oh, I could reflect on how the last 100 days has been for me. So let me talk about what I made the title of this first. It feels like cheating. So last night, after my gig, I went to the Coles open mic to perform some stand-up comedy, and there's a piano there. So I played piano while I told jokes, and I told some music jokes. There was a guy who looked like Harry Potter, so I played the Harry Potter song, and I made up a song, and I played piano underneath my jokes. And what's funny is, like, as I'm venturing into learning this like stand-up comedy skill, I have this feeling like, oh, like if you play piano while you're telling jokes, like that's cheating. Like you already know how to play piano, you're cheating, you're kind of taking a shortcut. And like it's funny because like why is that cheating? Like people really enjoyed my set last night, and I still got a chance to perform comedy, to work on jokes. I still like got up there and did something new. And it's just kind of like I'm seeing it's like I would not share one of my gifts out of fear of it being too simple, of it feeling like cheating. And this goes to the idea I've talked about of doing what comes naturally, where I think it's easy to think in order for something you do to be good, it's got to be hard. It's got to be a big effort. It's got to put a lot of work into it. And what I'm seeing is sometimes the stuff that's easy for me or easy for you might be stuff that you've already put tons and tons of work into. And I forget that when I play piano, people are generally amazed. Even musicians, like I forget that I play piano on a very, very high level and that it's valuable. And I think in order for me to make something that's going to be meaningful to people, it's got to be hard. It's got to, I got to play piano and sing and make up a song and act and mix and run Facebook ads and do all this stuff. And just taking a step back and going, yeah, playing piano comes easy to me. It's natural for me because of the work I put into it. But that's beside the point. At this point in my life, at 31 years old, I can play piano really well. I don't have to think very hard, and I can play all sorts of cool stuff on piano. So instead of running from that, I should use that. I could use that to inform my comedy, use that to inform my video making, to showcase my skills, to share that, to help people. So I called this It Feels Like Cheating because maybe there's something in your life that you're really good at that you think feels like cheating to use that, but just use it. Don't look at it as cheating. Look at it as an opportunity to flex what you got. In the book, Experiments Never Fail, one thing he was talking about was like when Walt Disney made Snow White and like made the original Snow White cartoon like 100 years ago. He was talking about a scene where she transforms and it's like the animation stuff was like really fancy and crazy. Oh, I'm glad the advice is helping. I appreciate that. And he talked about how Walt Disney was just showing off there. Like they didn't need to include that, but he was showing off. And most people who do amazing things are not afraid to show off. So I was thinking about, it's like, well, I want to work on my joke telling, but I can really show off when I play piano. So at the open mic last night, I included piano playing into my set, and I got really good reaction from the host, from some people there, from my friends, and overall it was really fun. And I felt like I delivered my jokes a lot better too. I definitely know I'm more comfortable when I got a piano, but it helped me realize it's like, yeah, my jokes are not bad. I can tell them better when I'm at the piano. So I just got to practice. I can kind of use that feeling I had last night for the next time I go to an open mic where maybe there isn't a piano. I can tell my jokes better with that. This one got some good laughs. In retrospect, taking my blind date to the art museum wasn't the best decision. Comedy. He's funny, y'all. Yeah, so maybe I just had this after I went live, but I'll reflect on what the last 100 days have looked like for me. So I've been going live every day since March 7th. Ooh, I just got paid. Yes, I just got paid for a gig I did 2 weeks ago. That feels good. Comedy! 100 days ago, March 7th, I was still 30 years old. I was a week shy of 31. And I was a month out of a really tough breakup. I had a relationship with a girl where we weren't quite dating, but we definitely were nebulously more than friends. And I ended that at the beginning of February because I realized it was not serving me the way I needed it to be. And so beginning of March, end of February, beginning of March, I was opening myself up to the possibility of allowing myself to be sad and allowing myself to cry. And that was a lot of my life then was laying on the ground crying. I started a daily live stream in the middle of that. And I remember way at the beginning of this, like struggling to say exactly what I wanted to say. It was hard to even fill up 5 minutes of time. We're already at 7 minutes and I feel like I'm just getting started. I felt awkward and uncomfortable. I was scared of sharing stuff that might be a little too personal. And then as I went through, I realized that the only way for this to work for me and hopefully for you was to share really personal stuff. I shared about when I tore down her drum set she had in my living room and got it back to her and how emotional that was. I shared about some instances with women where even though I was on a commitment to being single, I had some nights with some women that were adventurous and weird and wild. I chipped a tooth. Honestly, in the past 100 days, chipping the tooth and then getting live on here was one of the biggest breakthroughs of the year so far, where I have felt like you got to be perfect all the time. It seems like that's a thing that is out in the world, and especially when you're posting stuff on the internet. It's like the internet is perfect. If you make a video, it better be perfect. You better be immaculately articulate with your word on the internet. You better not show any flaws or mistakes. Well, on April Fool's, in the middle of my Don't Date Anyone challenge, I drunkenly made out with a girl and I chipped my tooth, which is hilarious and weird. And then I had to get on Facebook Live and I couldn't pretend like I didn't have a chipped tooth. It's fixed now, but I had to get on here with a chipped tooth and own the fact that I'm not perfect. And I say, yeah, I'm not perfect. I got drunk and chipped my tooth and broke my celibacy challenge. But being able to just get on the internet and make a video that anyone can see and that actually people I know saw it. You know, I remember that night going to an event and there were like 10 people. Like I walk in the door and it's like, Danny, let's see your tooth. It's like, damn it. Like everybody knows. But just like being able to stand on my imperfection has helped me so much. It's helped me take risks. It's helped me go for stuff. It's helped me not be scared of looking wrong. Yeah, I've noticed from doing these every day, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm way more comfortable on camera. And I've noticed how when I've gotten together with friends to film stuff, I've noticed that my comfort level on camera is way higher than theirs. And I've been able to kind of pull their comfort level up a little bit. I've been way more confident to ask for what I want and to try to create the world I want. I haven't been afraid of taking up all the space I could take up. So, yeah. And then also I've connected with some people that I never would have expected to connect with. Shout out to Andy, shout out to Marco, shout out to Tori, shout out to Paige, where there are some people who have told me that my live stream has really helped them. And even there's lots of other people who have told me they watch either regularly or semi-regularly. And it's really cool to just go to things and people are like, oh yeah, I was watching your live stream. It was really helpful to think about this or this or this. It's like, wow. Just getting on here and sharing my ideas unfiltered is helpful to people. I would say one of the biggest things that this live stream has opened up for me was the day I decided to go live while I was running. And that unlocked for me a new definition of creativity, which I've shared about a lot. I believe creativity is ideas executed. And when I saw that day where I decided to go live on my run and see what happened, it clicked in me that it's like, oh, that was a creative choice. It was creative to say, what if my live is on a run? To say, I'm going to be creative with the space I do my live stream in, with the heart rate I end up at for the live stream. And yeah, and that just really helped open me up to realize like creativity is much simpler than we make it out to be. And to be creative is just to have an idea and execute the idea. So like that could just mean turning on your camera and talking. And maybe you make a creative choice of saying, you know, my backyard is nice. I'm going to turn on my camera and talk to my camera in my backyard. Or I'm going to draw a picture of a squirrel, and that's creative. I don't have to draw a picture of like a squirrel in a mech suit for it to be, it doesn't have to be really off the wall to be creative, although that would be creative too. Like I'm going to draw a picture of my dad. I'm going to draw a picture of my cat. I'm going to play a song on piano, one that I have already played 1,000 times. I've played the song Tell Me a Bedtime Story 1,000 times, and I could go play that on piano right now by myself, and that's creative because that's just having an idea and executing the idea. And that shift has helped me. I'm so glad you're enjoying this Bottle of Fire. And you've been watching all my short videos, dude. You've seen that shift has helped me take more risks with my short video. It's helped me go, instead of thinking like, oh, I have to make videos like X or I have to make videos like Y, it's helped me be out and about and look for opportunities to create videos. Like the two I've made of like the signs where I'm like playing the sad music. Like I saw that sign that was like, warning, like if you park here, we'll put a sticker on your car. And it's like, oh, that'd be funny to make a meme out of that. Like, oh, the horrors beyond your imagination. Making the videos of asking people to be a part of them in different ways. Just laying down in my kitchen with my toy keyboard in different areas, little lesson videos, singing videos, all these different types of videos I've made lately. I've had the courage to make them from one, realizing that creativity is simple and just like when I have an idea, just saying, okay, could I do that idea? Let me do that idea. And not worrying about if it's like good or bad or brilliant, or if it's a video idea that millions of people see, just practicing executing ideas. And then the other in tandem with that mindset, I feel like that also came from the lessons I've learned from this book, which is called Experiments Never Fail, 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 Fail. Whoa! And the concept that experiments never fail. The concept that people are afraid to try stuff because they might look dumb, they might do it wrong. But the reality is like, especially when you're doing something new, your prediction of how it's going to look when you execute it is probably wrong. And instead of being scared and not doing it because you might be wrong, actually like celebrating that and saying, I'm going to try and do this because I think this is going to happen. And then you do it and something else happens and your experiment didn't fail, even though you didn't get the result you wanted. You now have a new data point of, oh, wow, that's okay, bud. I'll see you around. I'm here. I'm here every day. Take care. But you get a new data point. You go, okay, I thought this was going to happen, but this actually happened. That experiment did not fail. I now have a new data point. I now know, and I can now focus on what could I change to see what else happens. And instead of being so obsessed with the product, I've been way more invested in the process. I've been way more invested in what happens if I make a video, like what happens if I go to the park and I make a video of me asking a girl out? What if I make a video of me asking somebody to be in a video with me? What if I make up songs for people? What if I, I bought this $10 lapel lavalier mic last week because here's the cable. Because I'm just making hundreds of videos, and I'm now at a point where I've been looking through. It's like, you know what? I think these are getting less views than the idea deserves because the sound quality is not as good as it could be. And this $10 investment in a lavalier mic will up the sound quality dramatically. And this is a $10 experiment. If I throw away the lavalier mic, which I doubt I will, I now know that the $10 one doesn't work, and that was a $10 experiment. That was easy to do, easy to make happen. So, experiments never fail. This live stream's an experiment. It's an experiment every day. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to say until I turn on the camera and start talking. Also, I just want to share, I've wanted to live stream for years, and there are times where I did it, and I did it to no one, and I felt really awkward and kind of like embarrassed about like talking to the wall. And I always said like, if I could only just have like an audience of hundreds or thousands, I know I'd be great on the live stream. And it's like now on the other end now it's like I'm 100 days in. I still stream on average to like one person a day who watches live. Sometimes up to 3 or 4, but on average, there's not a lot of people watching live. And I'm realizing it's like, oh, well, I'm way better than I was 100 days ago. And you don't just like get gifted 100 daily viewers or 1,000 daily viewers. You grind it out, and you won't know how long it takes. I don't know how long it takes. I would have hoped that 100 days in, I would have like 10 people watching live every day. At the same time, I think there's a good number of people who watch these replays every day. I don't have my exact finger on it, but I think somewhere between 50 and 100 people watch this every day, which is really cool. It's like in what's going to happen in another 100 days? Where will we be in another 100 days? It's June, 13th, 15th. June, July would be 30 days. August 15th would be another 30 days. September 15th would be another 30 days. Oh my gosh, that's basically right when my Epiphany Center show is. Like end of September is another 100 days. We're getting into fall. That's a new season. I'm excited to see what kind of experiments I've done since then, where my predictions have gone awry, where I've done things that are new, and what kind of person I am. So, I am super grateful to be here at day 100, and I guess I'll share this too, that the reason I've been able to do this for 100 days, in addition to all the other things I'm doing in my life, because I do a lot, is that I have made my rule for doing this very, very simple. Remember, creativity is simple. When you simplify things, it's easier to get things done. I used to, when I wanted to go live, I had these big rules about myself. Like I should go live every day for an hour at 5 o'clock, and I should write a song on stream every day, and I should play new music every day. I shouldn't repeat stuff, like all these specific rules that set it up so that I think the longest stretch I ever did was a week prior to this run. And now that I'm doing it, my rule is go live every day. It doesn't matter if it's literally 17 seconds. Just go live and do whatever you want. Talk, play piano, run, do push-ups, fart, rap, sing. It doesn't matter. Just go live. Just commit to go live and sharing a little piece of myself every day. And that consistency will, one, for me, it's helped me. Staying committed to things kind of flexes your be committed muscles. And it's also like being able to just talk about my life vulnerably on here has been very therapeutic, very, very therapeutic. And then also I'm trusting that I'm planting the seeds to build community. I've already seen the fruits of that seeds where I've had people come into my life and be a part of making videos or whatever because of this live stream. And I just think in another 100 days, who knows what kind of people are going to join in and how I'm going to be able to affect people. So, all right, we're 3 seconds till 20 minutes, and then I'm going to go. Ready? Bye.